Hey guys, it's Linda from Linda's Paper Garden, and I thought I would hop on here and show you a thank you card that I just done. And someone had done something very nice for David and I, and so I wanted to send them a little thank you card as show our appreciation. So why don't we go ahead and make this again, and I'll show you how it's done. So what we're going to need is we are going to need some designer series paper, some solid cardstock, and some white cardstock. Let me zoom out here so you can see this better. And I had done a wedding album for a couple, and I had used these flowers that you see here. This is the greenery off one, and I'd used these flowers, and I had some left over, excuse me, and so I thought, why not use some of these flowers? So actually what I done, guys, is I chose the flowers before I chose my paper. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you'll choose the paper and then do your embellishments. I chose my embellishments before I chose my paper. So let's set that aside and we'll get started with our measurements. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a piece of white cardstock, 8.5 by 11, and we're going to reduce this cardstock down to 4 1/4 by 5.5. So we know that our paper is 8.5 on one end. 8.5 on one end. So all I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to reduce it down to 5.5. Okay. Alrighty. Set that aside. Set our scraps aside. While I have my trimmer out, I'm going to go ahead and trim down what I will need on my designer paper series paper. And what I need there is I need one piece that is 4. Now guys, let me tell you something. If your paper is directional, you have to be mindful of the direction that your pattern's going in. Mine is not directional, although it may look directional, it actually isn't. But if we're not careful, sometimes we get a directional paper laid in our trimmer the wrong way. So I need a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. I'm also going to need another piece that is the same size. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. We're going to need our solid color, and we're going to need it by 4 inches. I'm going to do the length first, or I'm sorry, the width first. So my width is going to be 1 1/2. I'm going to do my width first. Okay, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do my length, which is 4. Okay, and then I need one piece of cardstock, white cardstock, that is 3 1/2, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab just something that I've already cut off of. 3 1/2. I'll make sure that was big enough before I cut it. 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay. Set that aside. Now that's got our cuts. Let's bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to score our card to get our center fold. So I did not cut this down to 8.5. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I got that right. I did. Okay, 8.5. Alrighty. Now let's score this at 4 1/4. I think, guys, what I done is I picked up my 12-inch paper instead of my 8.5 inch. Okay, so this needs to be scored at 4 1/4. Okay, but it's okay. We got it cut down. Now let's fold it over and let's varnish it. Just varnish it. Alrighty. So this is the beginning of our card. Now the next thing I want to do, guys, and this is a little tricky, so I'm going to explain it to you, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start on the left side of our card, and we're going to actually fold down around 1.5 inches. Okay, so we're going to start here on that. Now I use my finger, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's measure down to 1.5 inches. Turn our ruler around. And we'll just barely, lightly put us a mark right where the 1.5 inches will be. Okay. Now take your ruler, lay your ruler on your 1.5 inches, and come down about 1/8 of an inch below the top of your card. About 1/8 of an inch. Because actually what you're going to do is you're going to fold this completely back. And that 1/8 of an inch coming down will give you that space that you need to make this work. So start at the top and just fold over. Okay, now we're just going to make a crease. Make our crease. And that's what our card should look like. We should have a fold at 1.5 inches. And we do. Right there is our, we can go ahead and, we're not going to see that, but I'll go ahead and erase that. So there is our top of our card. Now before we do anything to this section, we need to do this section. So fold your card back up. Take one of your panels that you cut down, your designer series paper, and what I want you to do is I want you to lay that on there as straight as possible. Okay, getting it where you think you want it. Come down to where you see your fold, or where you put your 1.5 inches, and make a mark right on your paper. Right on your paper. Then I want you to get your trimmer out, and I'm going to pull this back so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I want you to take this paper and I want you to lay it in your trimmer, turning it to where your pencil mark is right in the cut section of your board, of your trimmer, where your blade will go. Hold that down and bring your corner up. So you should have your left corner in your blade cut area, and you should have, let me show you if I can zoom in now. and where you made your pencil mark, put it, make sure it's there. Close up your ruler part, letting your blade be in the center. Letting your blade be in the center of your paper. And this is the reason why. Sometimes if you start down here or up here, you're going to get a pull on your paper. But if you bring it down and then back up, you won't get that pull on your paper. Okay? So, there's that. Now, let's go over here, lay this aside, bring our card back in, and it should fit nicely. And it does. So when we fold this over, we don't see our cut. Okay, so let's go ahead and get us some glue. On our designer series paper. Okay, now we will lay this down, center it to where you want it, and then we're going to wallpaper. Wallpaper it down, getting our air bubbles, making sure our glue adheres. Okay. I think this is such pretty paper. It's a very calming paper to me. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue this part of our card down. So let's get some glue. And just glue it down. Like so. Okay. And that's what we have so far. So far so good, guys. So far so good. Now, the small piece of your solid, we're going to cut it on the diagonal just like we did our designer series paper. So we're going to get our trimmer out again, and I will zoom this in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, laying your corner to corner in your cut line, corner to corner. Again, bring your blade to where it's somewhere in the middle of your paper. Hold it down and cut it through. Hold it down and cut it through. And you should have two cuts that look like this. That's what you should have. Two cuts that look like this. Alright guys. Move that aside. Zoom back out. Bring our card in. Alrighty. So now we're going to lay our solid color that is contrasting to our paper on our fold. And we're just going to glue that down, guys. I'm just going to glue that down. A little bit more glue right there. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. Now, before we put anything on the top of our card, we're going to open up and we're going to do the inside of our card. Just the designer paper first. Alrighty. I think I laid that over there by mistake, guys. Okay, so let's put this one down. I grabbed the wrong end and laid it over. Alrighty. Now let's wallpaper that down, guys. Wallpaper that down. Okay, so when we close our card up, that's what our card is going to look like for the base of it. We have our designer series paper, and then we have our contrasting cardstock solid color. Now let's set that aside, and let's bring in our little thank you post. And this, I die cutted this out, and I'm just going to use a thank you. Bring in my ink. Tap, tap, tap. Let's just get it inked up. Come over, guys, and center it up. And press it down. And there we go. And there's our thank you. So we will set that aside just for a moment. Come back in, get our white sentiment. And when we place this down, guys, we want to place it to when we close our card up, we don't see any white coming through. Okay? So let's get it down. Like that. Press it down. Wallpaper it. And I'm going to put my sentiment in there, and I chose thank you on the outside, and on the inside we're just going to put for all you do, and they do a lot for us. Just center that, hold it, 1, 2, 3, and up we go. Get our lid back on our ink. Alright, guys, so that's got the inside of our card. So now we're going to take our sentiment from the outside and we're going to place it. And I'm going to place it about right there. Okay? Maybe at an angle. Right there. That's where I want it. Okay. I hope everybody's had a good day today. Church was called off. It was so cold. Okay, guys, place it right here. Place it right here. And there's our thank you. Now let's come in just a little bit and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these flowers. Okay, so I'm going to bring one flower and I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to bring another flower and I'm going to put it maybe right there. So that way I can see my thank you, and you can also see the layout of our card. Okay. These flowers were actually closed up, and I opened them. They were sort of like this, but I wanted them to be flat so I could use them, so I opened them up like that. Okay. And we'll get that on. Now guys, we got to remember, we can't let it touch the back of our card or it will seal it and then we won't be able to open our card up. Okay, now let's get the other one. Open it up just a tad more. And I think I'm going to cut the back of this little stem that's poking up off. There we go. Alrighty. Place it just about right there. Hold it in place. Okay, so there's our flowers now. I took the greenery off the back of this flower because I wanted some greenery on my card that would highlight the flowers. So I'm just going to cut this maybe like this. And you can see where I had took it off. I'm just going to put me some glue on there and I'm going to place it. Place this one down here first. About like that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut one. And I'm going to place it maybe right there. Okay. And I like that it's kind of curled and it's not flat. Okay guys, and I think I'm going to cut this one a little tail off and put it right there. Just so it looks like it's coming right off. And then let's just not leave this one by itself. Let's use it. I'll cut it off some. Put some green glue on the back of it. And then maybe we'll have it coming right there. Okay. Alright guys. Something that I've not showed you with my cards, but I'm going to go ahead and show you with this one, is when I send a card, I like to always put on the back of my card or somewhere on my card that it's homemade. So let me get my little stamp out here. And it says homemade from Linda. And I'm just going to open my card up, put me some glue on my card, or some ink, listen to me, some ink, and I'm just going to press down. It says homemade just for you by. Okay, there's my stamp. And then what we will do is we'll get our little pen out of here. Make sure our pen works good, and we're going to sign it. Just for you by Linda. Alrighty guys. That did not take long at all. Oh, I don't think it took long at all to make. Like I said before, most of the time, the most part is just getting everything prepped and ready. So let's come out just a little bit so you can see. But this is our thank you card, and I hope the person that's going to receive it likes it. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment. That way other people can see that you like it, you commented, and maybe they'll leave me a comment And as I always say, from my crafting corner to yours, happy crafting.